We are here today with Justin Burns. Justin, welcome back to the show.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having
Glad
me.
to have me. Glad for you to be here.
Glad
It's
to be
really late for
here.
Justin. It's really late for Justin right now. It's almost 1 in the morning. I appreciate you taking
Yeah.
the time to come on the call. I'm going to read off the headline for your product that you're going to be launching and have you bring us in here. It says, "Never write again. New AI technology transforms your voice into profitable books that sell while you sleep." So bring us into this. What's this all about and why should we be excited?
Yeah, so it's an exciting time, right? Because we know that digital products are always here to stay. I always tell people always say, AI revolution, it's going to take down this industry, that industry. Well, AI can't sell emotionally, which is what people buy, right? They buy because of emotion.
Mhm.
So that's why digital products will always be here to sell. But I noticed something, and when I was on your show last time, we were talking about the PDF flipping revolution, where we took a concept and we flipped it. Well, here's what happened. I realized that a lot of our customers and clients, they didn't have a tool to make it easy. So right after we launched that product, we said, you know what? It'd be really cool if someone can, instead of typing all of this stuff and prompting to death, and because trying to put together a PDF with just regular like ChatGPT or let's just say Claude can be very, very cumbersome, right? It can be very overwhelming. You have to put this and spit out the chapter, you have to copy, you have to paste over to a document. So what if there's a way you can just literally record your voice, answer a few questions, and it spits out your PDF with AI. And not just any PDF, but what if it spit out like 40, 50 pages, even 100 pages? Would that be cool? So that's why we decided to create this tool, and our pretty much our customers from PDF Flipping are using it, and they're having a lot of success. So I'm excited about it.
So the whole idea is being able to create these digital assets and being able to sell them. But of course, like you said, the creation process of them can be tedious, and trying to get something that actually is worth selling can obviously trying to get AI to do the entire process doesn't, like you said, doesn't add the emotion aspect into it either. I'm going to have you actually bring us in. This is kind of one of those ones that we want to see to understand. If you don't mind sharing your screen and
Yeah,
bring us
let's do
into
it.
it. While you guys are watching this, I just want you to know that he is going to be doing a special pre-launch webinar where you can get the best deal on this and be able to ask him questions and engage, etc. He'll be doing that on Monday morning. That's Monday, October 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll have a link right under this video that you can sign up to that for if you're watching this before that is starting. But go ahead and let's see what this does.
Yeah, so we're here at StudioBook, and StudioBook has a variety of tools, right? So one of the things is you might just think, I know you've seen like other ebook writers. The difference with, StudioBook is what I call precision-based digital products. Here's what I mean, right? So most people, what they do is they get an idea, but how do you know if that idea sells? Well, you don't, right? So here's what you do first. Before you even create a book, we have something called the book opportunity scanner, right? So what you would do is you can either A, type in a specific category, or B, you can do research my niche if you already have a niche. But for the fun of it, Mike, we're just gonna go ahead and say, just give me some trending ideas, right? Just random. We don't have AI do it for us.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna press generate ideas. It's going to take a few moments. All right. So what StudioBook is doing right now is it's actually analyzing trending ideas based on, probably what we call a probability score. There's no ebook writer on the market that actually does this, okay? Because all of them are basically designed for people just to do books they already created. Well, what if you don't know about the opportunities that exist out there? You might be missing a lot of money. You might be missing a lot of opportunities. So what we're gonna do is gonna take a little bit of time, not too much time.
There
And
we
so
go.
here's what happened. It spit out us a different opportunities, 8 opportunities. So basically what Studio Book does is it spits out the copy for you, I mean the title for your book and also the subtitle. But here's what it does. It says, what is the market demand? Is there market demand? There has to be market demand for people to purchase a digital product, right? Also, you have to kind of say what's the competition? And then also you have to look at the growth trend. So that's the one kind of factor that people miss on selling things. Is it trajecting up? Is it actually selling and on a growth trend? Well, mindful tech finding balance in a hyper connected world. is definitely 90. It has a score of 90 out of 100. Let's look at this one. The Green Home Revolution, Sustainable Living for Modern Families. That sounds like a good one. Here's another one. The Side Hustle Blueprint. Oh, I might be thinking about that one. The Side Hustle Blueprint. Real stories of 9 to 5 workers who made it big. Has a 94 score, 82, 90, which means it has a 91 out of 100, and it's searched over 135,000 times. So let's actually look at this one because everybody, Mike, wants a side hustle, right?
Sure.
Everybody wants a side hustle.
Everyone wants
So
more
let's
money.
Everybody wants to make more money. So let's press C formula. All right. So here's what's going to happen. What StudioBook is going to do is it's going to assess and give you the money making opportunities. It's going to tell you this is a red hot niche. It has a competitive landscape, which competition is good, which means it's money being made in the market. And then it's explosive, right? Then what we're going to do is it's going to, StudioBook, like no other product out there, is actually going to give us revenue projection. So it's going to say, look, if you sell this at 9.99, then you're going to make an extra 400 bucks a month. Not bad, right? But if you were to up the price to 14.99, then from this PDF, you're going to be able to make 2,833 bucks. So it keeps going up. Now, here's where it's really cool, Mike. Where it's really cool, it's going to tell you who your target audience is. It's going to tell you what the psychographics is, it's going to tell you the key points. But this is what's really important. It's going to give you what we call your revenue ladder strategy. Okay. So, what does that mean? It's going to give you other opportunities that you can also make money from, like private coaching, like masterminds, like a course. Like, so we're not just talking about books, we're talking about layering on other products to this. Now, here's where it gets really cool. Okay. What it's going to do is it's going to tell you here's some conservative numbers, and it's also going to give you premium names. So AI is now generated. It's going to take our book. Now it's going to say, well, here's some names that you can, based on your book, you can also have some premium course names as well. Pretty cool, right?
That's
Also,
not that I'm horrible. I'm horrible at coming up with those kind of names. So I'm glad
yeah,
that
we all are. I
yeah.
don't know about you, but I'm absolutely horrific at coming up with like really good names. And these are good naming conventions. You can see like Ignite and Scale, Side Hustle Syndicate. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. So we got some course names. We don't have to think about those things. Let's think about memberships so we can make recurring revenue. The Hustle Haven, Nine to Thrive Collective. This is a pretty cool name. I actually like that name. Nine to Thrive Collective. Pretty cool name, right? Also, it gives me some software names. So if I wanted to create my own tool, which is, the Hustle Flow app or Gig Grow or Launchpad. So these are not just like random thrown together names. These are actually really thought like really, really good names. So once you kind of discover that, you say, you know what, this is a really good book. You know what? I think that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to now use what we call the voice studio. So what I'm going to do is come into the voice studio and I can come in here and I can create what we call a voice profile. So I press one button and I can just talk and give ideas about, say, like, whatever. I could just, if I want to create a book, I could just come in here and say, listen, I want to create this book. Here's the ideas behind it. If you don't know, then you don't even have to use the voice recorder, but you go in here, you use the voice recorder, you hit done recording. And what StudioBook is going to do is analyze your voice right now, and it's going to transcribe it into a voice profile that you can use at a later date, right? So you can see here, and I just created what we call a voice pro. It just took my recording and it basically transcribed it, okay? So what it's going to do is it's going to assign me a writing style and it's going to assign me a conversational style. So I can save this, okay, as a persona. Okay, so we're gonna save this just for a second. Okay. Now, what I can do is I can either create a book from this profile, but let's start a little bit from scratch so I can show you how the
Mhm.
power of this. So now we got our so check this out. We didn't need to think about what book we're gonna write, right? Because we have now with precision, we know exactly what's making money. Next, it's like now we can be confident and create the book. So you can with StudioBook, you can create this in 6 easy steps, right? So to make for the sake of this video, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna load a demo, okay, just to make it easy. Okay, so we're not filling out some of the steps. Let's just say we're gonna do well, we're in the career space. We'll just say here is a career. Okay, there we go. So what it did was it loaded up a project called the Career Acceleration Handbook, okay, from Maria Rodriguez. I don't know who that is,
Hmm.
but we're gonna, for the sake of this video, we're just gonna use Maria Rodriguez. So what we can do is we can use one of those author profiles if we wanted to tailor the book, okay, that we
No,
just
that
recorded.
it says that optional down there. Like you have to create a profile, or is that an optional
No,
type?
no, no, you don't have to. So that's the great part. If you
Okay.
don't want to use the voice option, you don't have to use the voice option. It's optional.
That just kind of gives it, if you want to give it a personality, that's kind of what it
Right,
does. Got it.
exactly.
Okay.
You can give it a personality if you want to. So I could just use one of the personalities if I wanted to, but for the sake of this video, you don't have to. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit next, and then we're going to choose a category that our book is under. We're going to put business and money. I think careers, wait, business. Yeah, career. We'll just say business and money. So the title of the book is going to be The Career Catalyst. Okay. And then the subtitle is Strategic Moves to Fast Track Your Professional Growth and Land Your Dream Job. Not a bad title, right? Not a bad subtitle. So we got a good book title. Now we got a good subtitle. Let's hit next. Now what we're going to do is say, we're going to tell Studio Book, we want this to be more of a conversational tone. And then we're going to say, this is the writing style. We're going to say, let's go about how to. I want to create some money, Mike. I want to make a how to. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go into target audience, and we're just going to say, this is going to be tailored towards mid-career professionals, recent graduates, and career changers. Not bad, right? So then next is the purpose and goals. Now we're going to use the purpose of the book. The purpose of the book is we're going to use it for lead generation. All right. And then next, what we're going to do with Studio Book is we're going to say how many pages do we want? So we could choose the pages. We could say 20 pages. That's really good for like small guides that you sell, those type of things, right?
Mhm.
When you get 40 pages is usually a pretty good kind of length, right? Forty pages pretty good. 70 pages, and then when you go 100 plus pages, I mean, you're cooking, right? That's a big, large book, but Studio Book has the power to handle it. So we're going to do 40 pages, and I like 10 chapters. We could just do 10 chapters. Now, this says coming soon. We already have it. I'll show you that in a second. But we're also going to have the ability to generate book covers here very soon. So we're going to hit next. And then it's going to say, what is the overall concept of the book? So this says a strategic guide to career advancement with proven frameworks. Okay, so that sounds really good. Then we're going to describe our book. So this is where you kind of tailor. I know it seems like a lot of
Mhm.
questions, but you want to answer these questions because it's going to spit out something. You want it to spit out some really good content. Okay, so this is breakthrough career plateaus. Again, it's two sentences. AI can totally generate this with you, and then you want to go through the key points. So this is feeling stuck in a career with no career path. We got that. And then if you want to, you could just hit some additional details. This is optional. You don't have to add it in. You could just say, so we're going to say, I want you to include some resume templates, interview strategies, and salary negotiation scripts. It's going to say, great. So then we're going to go to next. And then this is the Power Studio book. Now we've answered the questions. Now it's time to generate a sales page and a book proposal. So we're just going to hit this. And then what's going to happen is in the next 30 to 60 seconds, Studio Book is now taking all the data, all the questions, and it's coming up. Like most book softwares, what it does, and I found this to be very annoying, it will just spit out a complete book. And it's like,
Mhm.
what if I don't like the book? I just used the credit or I just used my credits and I don't even know if I like the book. So this is what's different with Studio Book. So now we have Studio Book actually now will give you an executive summary of your book. And what it will also do is now tell you all the chapters. So let's look at this, right? So this book contains 10 chapters. The executive summary is in a world where career trajectories on the shift. Sounds pretty good. It sounds like exactly this serves as an indispensable guide for mid-career professionals, recent graduates, and change seekers to accelerate their growth and land their dream jobs. That's what I put in, right? So then Studio Book created me 10 chapters, right? Let's see if this sounds in alignment. Chapter one, ignite your career vision. I like that. I like that. Well, now we're looking really good. Chapter two, breaking the chains of stagnation. Okay, sounds really good. Chapter 3, crafting your personal brand. Chapter 4, networking like a pro. Chapter 6 is mastering the interview game. So these are like really, really good chapters. So there's our author, Maria Rodriguez. It gives us a communication style. Then what you want to do is StudioBook actually creates you a sales page for your book. So you don't even have to
That's neat.
guess what to do, right? So
I haven't
after
seen an
your
ebook creator that creates a sales page like that.
Yes, yes. That's why we why we created it, right? And I'll show you that Studio Book does a lot more than that. So what you do is it creates your sales page. Here's your headline: transform your life changing with this game-changing knowledge. And it basically gives you a problem solution framework for your book. And it has a order now button. And it actually gives you that so you now have a book. So I like all this. Mike, we're looking good. Mike, it looks good to you. Let
Looking
me just
good.
know. It looks good.
Looking
Looking
good.
good. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Next, all we're gonna do is just press create. And here's what's gonna happen. Studio Book is gonna take about probably about a good 5 minutes. So I'm gonna show you guys another example, but this is gonna we'll come back to this. All right. So now Studio Book is in generation. Okay. This is what it is. But let me show you a this so right now studio book right now is generating this book, but let's look at a book that was similar. Okay, we generated this yesterday. So studio book will actually lay it out and it will say, hey, listen, here is the chapter breakdown, here is what it did. And basically what we're going to do is open up the editor, and this is a book that we generated yesterday. So this is the Leadership Revolutionary Project. So as you can see here, these are all the chapters that Studio Book generated for me. Look at that, all these pages. Now, most ebook writers stop there, but we thought about the details, right? So here's what you're gonna do. Let's say you don't like this. You can highlight this, and a pop-up called the AI text editor pops up. So I can either rewrite this if I don't like it, which I do. I can restructure it, I could expand it, I could shorten it, or I can improve this. Okay, which is really, really cool. Most ebook writers don't do this. Now, what I can do now is I can either say, I like this, let me go ahead and export this into Word,
Hmm.
okay? Or I can also export this as a PDF, okay? So I'm going to save it. And so now this is actually saved, okay? So it tells me it's saved. So now my book is completely done. Now, you might say, well, Justin, we stopped there. Well, we're not going to stop there because next, after I generate my sales page, next I'm going to need some marketing assets, right? So we just took the leadership revolution, right? That's what the one we did. And we're
Hmm.
just going to press one button and we're going to press generate marketing assets. And our studio book now just gave me my newsletter announcement, my media kit, my promotional email sequence, and also all of my press kits, my viral content templates, and it even generated my marketing. Look at that. So it
So
generated
it's
all
giving
this
you
stuff.
assets in order to drive potential traffic to it.
Right. Be able to generate traffic to make more sales. All right. So now it's like, okay, we got, so think about this. Like, think about just in the last 5 minutes, well, more than 5 minutes, but think about in under 15 minutes what we've done so far. We came up with an idea, we searched our idea out, we know what book we're going to write. Then we went in, we know exactly that it's selling. Next, what we're going to do is we go in here and we look through everything. And next, the most logical thing to do is now it's like, okay, well, Studio Book, and this is part of one of the upgrades, is that it will allow for you to now create an audiobook using AI. You don't even have to create your own book. I mean, I'm sorry, your own voice. It's super, super easy. This is part of one of the upgrades. So literally, Mike, just literally in the last 15 minutes, I came up with concepts. I came up with names for other products I can create. I create a whole digital product. That's what makes this different from PDF flipping. PDF flipping was all about the concepts. Now, Studio Book is let's put the concepts with software and technology actually into action.
And it allows you to use your own like voice, but in a way, just give it a personality, like we said before. So it's not like I'm going to make sure people know that their voice isn't going to be used to like do the audiobooks or anything like that.
Yes, exactly.
That part is simply a way of doing some dictation and being able to naturally, free flowing, explain what your idea is, and not have to necessarily worry about like typing it out and making it perfect. Just kind of like what you said. It sounds like you can just kind of talk about what your idea is. Like, oh, I have an idea for a book about, I want to do a guide to, I don't know, to Istanbul, and I want it to cover the major attractions, and oh, maybe I want it to do this. And you don't have to necessarily kind of know what it is, but you can kind of just feel out your idea while you're speaking it, it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So like this is one we generated from a digital book called Digital Freedom.
Okay.
And as you can see,
Digital Freedom
if you can hear that.
Introduction.
Mm-hmm.
In an age where our lives are intricately woven into the fabric of digital technology.
So I literally can create so many different profit centers, and I call it the four model profit center, right? So I can literally take this product and generate four different profit models from this, which is why I love, and that's why we spent months developing this product.
So the four, what are the four ones? Can you go over that?
So the first one is a actual just PDF,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's you can make money. We call it the actual like Amazon PDF. So you can literally take your PDF and if you want to upload it into Amazon or Apple Books,
Mm-hmm.
that's one profit center to be able to make money. You can price that. Really good price point for that is either between $7 and like $19. Really good price points. If you research for Amazon, those are really good price points. And the second profit model is audiobooks. So you have audible.com. Audible.com, a lot of people don't really know you can make a lot of money from audible.com and you can take your book and you can upload it into audible.com, okay? Or you can sell it what we call as an order bump on your sales page. So if you're selling a PDF, which is going into the third profit model, the third profit model is just selling your PDF directly to consumer, directly to the person, right? So you're just literally selling it on your website. And my sweet spot for that is 27 bucks. I like between $7 and $27 is my sweet spot. Okay.
And I
Those
personally
are
just, I just want to interject the audiobook thing here. I personally, and the other normal ebooks, I've published ebooks that have been made with AI on Amazon Kindle, and I make money with them every single day. And I've
Yep.
also published audiobooks on there that were made with AI, and I've made money from those as well. So if like you can publish AI on places like Amazon, there are places on there where you have where it asks you if it was made with AI. You just mark that it was, and it's no big deal. You just let them know. But it's definitely something that you can do, and tools like StudioBook are making it so easy to be able to do this. And again, something that I've seen in yours that I haven't seen in other software out there, again, is the way that you're personalizing it, the way that you have the tool set up so that it not only handles the creation of the content, but you're also creating the traffic assets as well with it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, it makes it even more better. And then the last one is, where you just sell a physical copy of your book. Now that is the most tedious one, but with Amazon, you don't necessarily need to hold inventory to be able to do that because they'll ship the product directly to your consumer if you're in the States and Canada. Okay. So they'll ship your book directly to consumer where you don't need to have inventory. So those are like the four profit models, right? The four profit models from taking one book. And we haven't even gotten into the courses and the ability to do coaching and the memberships and the list goes on. I always tell people like if you don't have an idea for a course or digital product, take a book, like create a book. That's what I tell my students all the time. Don't try to create a course first. Create a concept for a book. It's much
Mhm.
easier and people love them. And then you from that book you could turn it into a course. From that course, you could do software. Then you could do all these different models from that. But the book should be the first model.
And also the my wife is texting me. um, the the ability to create content like this, and if you can have someone actually read a book that you've put out, and they're sitting down, they're reading it, they're interacting it. It's a process of almost like indoctrination of really getting them into whatever world that you're in, and it's also a way of proving your status, proving that you've got authority in that niche. So if you try to sell someone like you're talking about selling high ticket stuff and selling things for like 27.97, 997, 5,000 or more down the line. If you've got other products that you'd like to sell, it's a lot easier to sell a let's say you're selling a product about website creation, and you make a book about the advantages of having your own website. Well, if someone has sat down and read and understands like all the things that you're trying to sell people on, if they come to you and you put a link in there or something, say if you're interested in having me create your website for you, click here and contact me. They're going to be contacting you. They're going to be wanting to buy from you. You're not going to be hard selling them. They've already learned everything about it. And if you start talking about, oh, well, we need to set up hosting for you. Oh, yeah, I know. I love the fact that you talked about using this and that. It'll make it a lot easier for you to do that. And another thing that you didn't mention, Justin, is that it sounds like, and I don't know if this is included in the front end offer, but you could potentially provide this as a service to people as well and sell them, like approach them and say, hey, I see you've got this business. I can create books for you. I can publish you on Amazon.
Yep.
I can
Yep.
make you an author on Amazon.
Yeah, yeah. And that's a business model that not a lot of people are doing. It's so funny. Like today, I was doing an event here in Bali, like a live event, and we were talking about another business model with AI. And one of the things I said is, how many of you guys are authors in here? I was like, how many of you guys are authors? And most of the room basically said they weren't authors
Mm-hmm.
because, of course, it takes a lot to create a book.
Sure.
I said, how many of you guys want to be authors? And of course, most people want to be authors. Now, if that was my business model, I can say, well, listen, I just filled a problem with the solution. I have a software like StudioBook. I can go out and say, hey, listen, you guys want to be authors? What if I was able to create you a book, not in 2 weeks, not in a month like it usually takes? What if we create you a book in less than a day?
Yeah.
Would that be worth it to you? And I could charge whatever. So it's funny you say that because there's just so many business models you can do.
Yeah, I mean, if people start like using their heads just a little bit and start thinking out of the box just a teeny bit, there's lots of different ways that you can do this. And now with these kinds of tools, it makes it a lot easier. Justin, I have a few questions for you about the credit situation and whatnot. Are we good on the demo? Do you want to come back to me now, or is there anything else you wanted to show on here?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, I'm gonna unshare your screen. Brought you back to me. So, okay, so here's my questions for you.
Mhm.
I know that you've got it set up. So you've got like the front end offer, and then you've got some upgrades and whatnot. Walk us through that. And while you're doing that, just make sure you cover, I'm curious how the credit system works and how the API thing works. If people are putting in their own API key, how you're doing that.
Yeah, so StudioBook, one of the most annoying things that I saw in a lot of books was that you had to go in and find your API key. That's super annoying. StudioBook, you don't have to do that. StudioBook, it actually is much more successful to have, basically everything is driven off of our technology, so you don't have to worry about all the boring like API, connecting it to yours, billing, all this other stuff. So the way it works is we give you a set amount of credits. With the launch right now, we're doing 5 credits. You get 5 credits to create 5 full books. Okay. And then throughout the actual upgrades, there you can purchase more. Okay. So we got a few offers that's showing you how you can build your book empire. So we're going to be also combining this with a 3-day class where we're going to show you, which is, I've never seen this before, never seen it too much. I've seen like people doing the 3-day classes or the 5-day. I'm
Mhm.
like, what if you could take the software and we could also show you how to make money from it together? Like, would that be valuable?
And that's the best because then you don't just have a software and you don't know what to do with it, or you do have training but you don't have the tools to do it. You could get both the training and the tools to implement it. I love that you're doing that. Now you get 5 books included inside that. What's the pricing during the launch period for that?
So that's $37 we're doing it. And when we get to a certain price point, it'll do small increases. But for right now, we're doing a special $37. Imagine creating 5 books for 37 bucks. Absolutely insane.
And you're going to walk through and you're going to in the training you're going to talk about how to use it, how to create the books, how to sell them, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Show you how to use the for-profit model, as I say. Want to show that in the 3-day class as well. Show you how to profit, show you how to find the ideas, show you how to use Studio Book, then show you how to either sell it on your own or use Amazon to sell it as well.
Talk to me about the upgrades.
Yeah, so we have something called the Empire, which is, I'm sorry, the first upgrade is VIP. So what you get to do is you get to come on and ask questions. So instead of you just being a spectator, you would actually come on and ask questions because I've been like I kind of showed this in the last training, right? I've been able to have over 10,000 customers through PDFs. Okay. So I'm going to teach you, walk you step by step on how to do it. You want to be able to know if you have a good book idea or if you have something that's going to flop. So you want to upgrade to the VIP during the 3 days. This allows you to come on and ask questions. You also, right now, you get 48-hour access with the front end. This can allow for you to get 48. I'm sorry, you get up to literally 30 days if you upgrade to the VIP. Okay, so you get more time to be able to watch this. These are things you're gonna want to watch. It's not just boring little classes talking about this. These are gonna be actual proven real models that's going to allow for you to be able to watch it over and over again. You're going to want to do the upgrade. The next upgrade is what we call Empire. So Empire is going to be how do you now get traffic? Right. So
Mhm.
that's the question, right? It's the grand question. Okay, Justin, this is great. I know StudioBook will help me profit more. You've shown me that. Now, how do I get traffic? Well, one of the best ways to get traffic that I say, Mike, is not just AI, not just any type of AI, but AI agents. One of my favorite ways to get traffic because AI agents, I tell people we're going to see more $1 million and $1 billion one person companies in the next couple of years. Why is that? Because AI agents can actually take action. AI agents can create content, right? So you can create, we had Sora come out, right?
Mhm.
People are talking about Sora. People are talking about Google VO. Well, did you know that you can have an AI agent who can just create content for you every day, right? It can take a concept and it can create content for you and post it automatically to social media. So we're going to give you a guide with the Empire Builder. We're going to give you a guide that's going to show you, and we're going to give you a couple extra bonuses to show you how you can use AI agents to be able to also utilize this. And then finally, we're going to give you what we call the ultimate book package. Now, this is if you really want to be able to take this to the next level. So, not only are we going to give you more credit, so you're going to be able to get 5 extra credits. Also, though, remember we talked about the back end. Well, we're going to give you 3 to 5, I'm sorry, it's 5 extra templates
Okay.
of books that are already created that you can just plug them into a studio book and start making money from it. And 3 private label courses that are already complete with videos and everything that you can sell on the back end. Right. So it's the ultimate package. All right. So that allows for you to be able to make money. So you can't beat it with a lot of these.
So the audiobook generator, if you want to create audiobooks, you need to get that ultimate book package, correct?
Yes. If you want to do the audiobooks, you have to get the audiobook package.
Got it. Okay.
Ultimate
And
package. Yep.
and it, I might have missed it, but on the front end, you can do 5 books. If you upgrade to the ultimate book package, you get more books. You get 5 more credits, so that's 10 books. Is that the most that you can create? Is there any option for unlimited or any way of getting more credits or anything like that?
Unlimited, not at the moment. Not unlimited. Not for right now.
Okay, but if
But
they
we
run
are
out of
we
book credits and they want to get more, like can they buy more from you, or how
they
does
can
that
buy
work?
more, yes. And we'll have some special offers for that. We're actually thinking about, adding in the unlimited offer, right? So we gotta see where we might add that as well because some people have been asking us about
Some people are going to want to do more books, I'm sure. Justin,
it.
thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
No, man, thanks for always having me. Thanks always for supporting and listen. That's why, as you guys saw, we decided to do an amazing product because, like I said from the last one, those were the concept. We were teaching the concept. This is actually the implementation of it, right? This is the actual like, okay, we taught it, we know about it. Now let's generate some book, let's make some money, and let's actually put some products out there. So I'm excited about Studio Book and everything it's gonna do. So I'm excited for people who purchase from you. It's gonna be awesome.
Again, and anyone who's interested, again, you're going to be doing that webinar. That's on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. The cart's going to go live at 11. Again, Justin, thank you so much for coming on and best of luck with your launch.
All right. Thanks so much, Mike.